What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and yesterday we talked about Deadpool 3. We got an update from its director, Shawn Levy, and today we have yet another update from Shawn Levy. However, this one is a little bit different. Yesterday we got an update involving Wolverine/Logan, although something that he says in another recent interview kind of implies that Logan and Wolverine could be two different people, and in a movie where you're jumping into different universes, traveling the multiverse, that could actually be true. But today's update is different. It is about the script and the rating of the film. Of course, everybody wants Deadpool to remain rated R. However, since he is at the Mouse's house now, Disney, fans were wondering if Deadpool was indeed going to remain rated R. And a lot of changes have taken place over at Disney recently, with the firing of Bob Chapek and the hiring, or I should say rehiring, of Bob Iger. He retired, but they brought him back to kind of fix everything. But what does that mean for Deadpool 3? Is it going to be rated R? Well, Shawn Levy answers that question and a little bit more about Deadpool in a recent interview that we'll talk about today. Also, we're still doing a giveaway. I have chosen a winner for this week. I'll announce it at the end of this video, but we still have a lot to give away. The giveaway continues until the end of this year, so be sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below to enter. And again, I will announce winners in my videos. That way you know it's real and not a fake giveaway scam, because they are out there, sadly. So right off the bat, just good news. The movie is going to be rated R. Deadpool 3 is going to remain rated R. And it sounds like it's really good that it is, because Shawn Levy has already begun to tease the violence and the foulness of the movie. Violence, of course, is expected. It is Deadpool after all, but we're adding Wolverine to it. So I'm expecting some pretty graphic fight scenes in this film. Plus, not to mention, of course, it's the Merc with the mouth. He's gonna have a lot to say. And Shawn Levy is already promoting the foulness and the violence. In a recent interview, here's what he had to say. "We are writing, rewriting, developing, prepping Deadpool every day now. It is such a blast to laugh every day. It is so delicious to hear and write and come up with these scenes where people are just talking foul. And the violence is in your face and hardcore, and it is very much a Deadpool movie. And it has Logan in it, and it has Wolverine in it. It's too fun." Now, that's that line that I mentioned in the beginning where he talks about Wolverine and he also talks about Logan, like they are two different people. Now, there could be more than one variant of Wolverine/Logan in the movie. That is entirely possible. After all, we know that Deadpool and Wolverine/Logan are going to go on sort of a road trip and go to many different universes until they eventually end up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I would expect that at some point in time they would come across a different version of Wolverine, maybe even a different version of Deadpool, maybe Lady Deadpool. But they did say that they weren't going to undo Logan and his death. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Logan. They said they weren't undoing any of that. But I can imagine a scene where Wolverine and Deadpool do visit that universe where he dies, and he kind of shows him his death and kind of shows him, hey, look, this is your future. This is the end for you. Don't you want to change that? However, they did say they weren't going to change it. So we'll have to see about that. But from the way it sounds, there is going to be more than one variant of Wolverine in this film. Now, he says a lot more in this interview, but real quick, let's go over when he says the violence is in your face and hardcore, and it's very much a Deadpool movie. And he talks about people talking foul. So this is very much going to be much like the first and second Deadpool film. So for anybody who was worried that they were going to hold back their punches for Deadpool 3, and even though it still is rated R, still kind of hold back a little bit and not go full rated R, don't worry anymore. Shawn Levy just gave us an awesome update talking about how it's going to be a true Deadpool movie and the violence is going to be in your face, and we're going to hear so many great Deadpool jokes that it's going to be awesome. But let's continue with this interview with what Shawn Levy had to say. He says, "I'm having so much fun, and I haven't even hit the shooting floor yet. I have to say, developing a Deadpool movie is one of the most fun, creative experiences of my life, because it's not just that it's rated R, it's that it's so filled with self-awareness, and that makes in writing very fun in a way that is unique to that franchise." Now, of course, he is talking about Deadpool's ability to break the fourth wall, and due to that fact, it is a self-aware movie. Deadpool can speak to us directly, the audience, and he can call out things about the franchise, about the other franchises, and you know he is going to. You know he's going to talk about the Fox franchise, the MCU, and probably all of the past projects as well, including the old X-Men and the new X-Men coming up. After all, She-Hulk did kind of mention the new X-Men, so I'm assuming Deadpool is going to go even further. But here's something that he ends up saying towards the end of the interview that actually makes me kind of sad, and if some people have seen this movie, I think you'll relate with me. But it is very good news for Deadpool 3. He said, "One of the few regrets in my career is that I got strong-armed into recutting the internship from an R to a PG-13 rating. I still regret it because the R-rated version of Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson in The Internship was way better, and the me of today would not have succumbed like the me of 12 years ago." If you are not familiar with the movie The Internship, I suggest you go watch it right now. It is a very funny movie, and Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn are hilarious as always. But this does make me kind of sad. He got stronghold into making it PG-13 when I know it could have been a lot funnier if it was rated R, but that is great news for Deadpool. That means that no matter what happens, Shawn Levy, and you know Ryan Reynolds as well, will not let Deadpool be a PG-13 movie. And it sounds like they aren't going to hold back at all with the humor and with the violence. And again, I think this movie is actually going to be more violent than the first two Deadpool films that we had, because now we have Wolverine in this. So I'm expecting this movie to be like the first two Deadpools combined with Logan, the movie that is. So essentially a really funny and sarcastic version of Logan, which I think everybody is going to enjoy. So great news for Deadpool 3. Also, we have to acknowledge this, we kind of have some historic Marvel news. Iron Man and the MCU now have historic recognition. The National Film Registry released its 2022 selections, and it includes the historic edition of 2008's Iron Man. Iron Man now marks the first MCU film to be added to the collection of the National Film Registry, which is fantastic. Now, it's not actually the first superhero film to make it. We have 1978's Superman and 2008's The Dark Knight, who are also on the list. Two legendary films as well, but of course, this is our first MCU film and our first Marvel film on there, so it's a great honor for the MCU and Marvel. And now it's a part of film history. The MCU has already been historic on its own, but it is good to see it being recognized by the film industry. So that is really, really awesome. So please let me know what you think about these new Deadpool details in the comments down below. And a big congratulations to YouTube user Marcus Yates for winning our first Marvel Legends giveaway. We are going to continue to do more giveaways until the end of the year, but congratulations to Marcus Yates. I've commented on your comment on the YouTube channel, giving you my email address, so please email me. And like I said, for the rest of you, we are still giving away a few more Marvel Legends items before the end of this year. We're going to keep it going, so all you have to do is subscribe and comment down below in my videos for a chance to win. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.